How's it going? Just wanted to hop on here and talk about Origin USA's line of camo, their hunt gear. It's newer in the field. It caught my eye just because of what it stands for, with Jago and Pete, and about making stuff American made. And that just strikes home with me. So let's just get into it. You've got two different lines. You've got Highland and Woodland. Not major differences, but you'll notice the feeling. You've got this darker brown and this light. They say that this is for western hunting, arid hunting. This is more for eastern and for forest hunting. I have no issue wearing this here in the eastern United States. I hunt Georgia and Tennessee mostly. Occasionally I'll go west, out Texas and Colorado, where I would prefer this out there. But here in the east, I don't have an issue wearing this. It breaks my camo up. It's no brighter than the Veil camo that came out a few years ago. They got real popular. If you're in the tree stand, you've got a lot of lighter background behind you. So I have no issue wearing this here in the eastern United States. And we'll go with either one. In fact, you see that I have both. So this is their tetraloc t-shirt and a long sleeve shirt. This is very, very breathable when I wear it, not only because of the breathability, but also the material. It feels like I'm not wearing a shirt sometimes. It sounds exaggerative, but that's the case. Early season, this is beautiful. I've worn this during bow season here in Tennessee. I've worn this during archery in Colorado, hiking. It dries incredibly fast. It breathes extremely well. What more can you say in those situations? So I am 6'2", about 220. This is extra large, fits perfectly. On their long sleeve shirts, they do include these thumb straps so that when you're throwing it through a jacket or whatever, that it doesn't let your sleeves bind up. But Highland camo, Woodland, interchangeable, side-by-side comparison. But their tetraloc, love it. Super lightweight, super breathable, dries incredibly well, super comfortable. Moving on to their novaloc pants. This is in their Woodland camo again. You'll hear people talk about it. They do not have back pockets, which I'm big about throwing my phone in the back, but I've also broken screens because of that. So this is kind of training me to stop doing that. And I just throw it right here in the front on these little front cargo pockets. So you got front cargo pockets and then just normal pockets right here. Once again, lightweight. I wore this with a base layer in 40-degree weather and felt great. Once again, they dry really, really well. They were covered in blood and sweat. I had to hike out about 1.5 miles, 2 miles carrying a deer, and they breathe very, very well, and also were able to retain some heat in that situation. Had to have the base layer, but wear these turkey season, bow season, warm days here, and really, really like them. Think they're designed well. They fit. I'm 6'2" again, 220, and got the 36-32, and perfect. Got some First Light pants, got some King's camo, worn Sitka, and they hold up just as well to that through brush. I'm not easy on my stuff, and they hold up really, really well. Nothing crazy fancy, just kind of exactly what you need. Definitely packing these next year when I go back out for an elk hunt. Base layer. This is their nano wool base layer. It looks a little faded, but that's just because of the wool. It's got that flat look to it. One thing that's different with these compared to some of your other base layers you'll find, I also own First Light base layers, is these are not form-fitting. They almost have like a jogger feel to them, and I didn't know how I'd feel about that. But I feel like it actually increases my mobility. A lot of times when I'm wearing tight-fitting base layers, I'll go to like move my leg or bend, and it feels like it's kind of constricting me. But this, because it's loose, it actually flows just like it is on my regular pants that I'm wearing. And I actually was very, very pleasantly surprised with this. Nothing fancy about it, you know, just good. A wool blend, which I've come to like. I sweat very easily, and wearing wool compared to synthetics has been a game changer for me in the field. Wore this with the novaloc pants, and 40 degrees, super comfortable. Hiked out with a deer, sweated like crazy. They dried just as quick, and was maintained and regulated my heat incredible. So nothing fancy, no tricks to them, basic. But what's different about these is they're cut, they're loose fitting, and I actually found that to be really, really helpful. Moving on. Stow jacket. I'm wearing a regular hoodie. This thing fits in my hoodie. Walk around with it. Folds in its own pocket. But then when you bust this thing out, it's DWR treated, so it's not waterproof. It's not like a foolproof rain jacket. But if it starts misting, this thing is awesome. This is in their Highland camo. It's an XL. It's got that good cutout hoodie. People call them like ninja hoodies. So you can see around the edge. Got a little bit of a build out on the bill for structure. But I was hunting the other day, wind gusts got up pretty bad, and was cutting threw this thing on. Didn't 100% stop it, but it was enough to allow me to stay in the woods. And because it takes up so little room, I can leave this in my pack at all times. Super awesome tool to use. Can bring this in also when I'm backpacking and I wear my puffy. A little layer of extra protection when you're going through the brush. This is going to hold up so much more compared to a puffy. So love it. The last thing, stealth wool pants. These are a thicker lining. They've got a good warm insulated inside. Their outside's kind of abrasive, rough, I guess you'd say, in a good way to prevent picking. It's flashed, so it's kind of got that harder feel to it. And then their knees have, I don't know if you can tell the difference, have a novaloc cap on them on both knees, and just help longevity. The one thing that this does not have is a wind barrier. So if it's super, super windy, wind will cut through this. We wear a good base layer. I'll wear the novaloc pants underneath them, and that seems to really help bust that up. But when you're hiking and you're moving a lot, it allows for the breathability versus a pant that might have a wind barrier in it. You're not going to be able to breathe in that. So this is excellent for that. Once again, that wool has that retention, whether it's dry or wet, you're going to stay warm. I'm actually moving all of my hunting line into wool from base layer to outer layers. This is the Highland again. It's got that lighter background. Once again, it does not deter me from wearing it around here in the East. With camo, it's more about breaking up your image and then staying still. Movement is what gives you away. Our grandfathers hunted in blue jeans and solid gray and canvas colored jackets and killed more than we ever did. And so I like it. It breaks up the image. These are warm. This is the XL, once again, 6'2", 225. And the XL fits perfectly while allowing me to wear those novalocs or the base layer underneath these and not feeling constricted at all. But good thick pant. I would like to see that novaloc cap, like on the knees, on like the butt and crotch area to prevent rubbing and picking later on. But besides that, super warm, good breathability if you're moving. If it's super windy, make sure you've got a base layer. But besides that, and they're awesome. Super warm, super comfortable, move with you. Cut is perfect. I've kind of got more of a mid athletic build from what I used to be compared to now. But besides that, happy with what they're doing. They're continuing to innovate and increase and listen to feedback and change what they're doing. So very happy with my Origin line. Going to continue to buy from them and support them for what they represent as well as what they offer. So I compare this to King's Camo, First Light, Sitka, all the other brands, and it's holding up just as much, and it also represents so much more. So they've got my business 100% from here on out in the future. Not to say that the other ones won't, but I'll definitely be adding more and more of Origin to my line. So hope you enjoyed. If you got any questions, throw them and I will try to answer them the best of my ability.